Oftentimes, life is demanding, stressful, and just won't stop. When needing to take a break, we like to light up the charcoal and crack open a cold one. The Grilling to Get Away podcast is an ongoing conversation about all things barbecue and grilling, from our backyard to yours. So if you sometimes don't know what the heck you're doing, if you like to learn, and if you don't take yourself too seriously, you're in the right spot. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast, and I'm here with my buddy.
What's happening, everyone? This is Ben.
Ben.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
Greg.
week after Thanksgiving.
This is like...
You still feeling the effects of Thanksgiving dinner?
So we did ours on Sunday.
That's right. You had family on Thanksgiving,
Yep.
And then you did your own for just the immediate household
Yep.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'd say I'm still feeling the effects.
Had to loosen up the old belt.
I've been wearing
A couple-
sweatpants ever since,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Good. Smart.
Yep.
Stretchy ones.
yep. Yeah, I knew what I was doing.
Oh, not your first time, huh?
It's not. So,
That's good.
came in prepared.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Yeah, man, me too.
So,
Me too. It's,
so I won't ask if you got out and grilled because I know you got out and smoked a turkey.
did the turkey, man.
Yep.
It was awesome. I know we were talking kind of in the last episode where you kind of had this whole thing and you had
Yeah.
said you were thinking about everything. So I want to go through
All right.
your process from
Yeah.
kind of being out there staring at the grills a day or two before and getting into, okay, now I'm cooking, now like this is
Yeah.
going on here and here
Yeah.
and your timing of it all.
Wow. Well, that's a lot to get into, Ben.
I'm pumped. I've been thinking about it. It's like,
Yeah.
Greg's probably just sitting there staring at all the grills, like, "Ooh, what am I gonna use?
What am I going to do here and
Yeah.
here? Well, I'll say, it was a lot of game time decisions,
Oh, boy.
but I was happy with how everything turned out.
Wants to win.
Yeah. So I got a 14-pound turkey, took it out of the freezer. It must have been Saturday or Sunday night. And so I let it defrost, and I got it totally defrosted by Tuesday.
Mhm.
So then I did my brine on Tuesday night. So
Did you make your own brine?
I did, yeah. The
Okay.
recipes out there on the website. All the recipes that I talk about today, I put out there on the website.
Nice, all right.
Yeah, so you just go and you can go search whatever, turkey brine or whatever. You can find what I used. But yeah, so I made my own brine using our Memphis style barbecue rub, and I brined it overnight. So from Tuesday to Wednesday was brining, so a full 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday I took it out and I then let it dry a little bit, and I seasoned it. So this was Wednesday night, the day before or the night before Thanksgiving. I seasoned it with our Memphis style rub, and then also with some of our ground pounder garlic seasoning. And then I also made some compound butter, Ben.
Nice.
Yep. And I lifted up the skin and I put it under there. So I mean, it was frozen a little bit, so it wasn't like
The butter was?
yeah. So I
Okay.
made it ahead of time. I initially wanted to do an injection, but my meat injection tool doesn't really have wide openings. So like I put some herbs and some spices in the injection.
It just clogs it up.
Clogs it up.
Yep.
So I made a game time decision to pivot, and I froze that because it had butter in it and stuff. So it froze.
Mhm.
I froze it overnight, and then I just cut it up. So I had big chunks of it, and I put it underneath the skin.
Nice.
And then a few on top.
Man, so Greg, I saw a video where this one dude, he peeled the skin back like you're talking,
Yeah.
and he took 4 whole sticks of butter and shoved it down in there.
That's a lot of butter.
I was like, Greg, is that you? Greg?
That's a lot of butter, man.
It was
I didn't have
awesome.
that much.
Yeah, I was dying. I was like, man, I can't wait to talk to Greg about this.
That's a little too exciting. Well, to each his own. I don't know.
hey,
Man. I'm sure it turned out great.
I'm sure
Nice
it
and
turned out.
good.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Huh?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, I can't wait to talk to Greg about this
Yeah.
one.
So that's one of the takeaways I had. Like if I was going to inject, man, I need to get one of those, I guess, more heavy duty injectors. because mine's like one of those small plastic ones with a nice metal tip on it.
Yep.
It's great for smaller cuts of meat, and also if you're not, putting any herbs or spices in your, what you want to inject.
Yeah. Mine has mine is one of those metal ones, and it comes with like kind of the 2 attachments. So it has like what you're talking about, like the holes kind of throughout. Mm-hmm. But then it also comes with one that's just at the very end, and it's a big.
That's what I would have needed, but I was like, it worked out fine. Like I'll still get these flavors in there by just making some compound butter and then putting it, underneath the skin. And I put a few pads on top too, so it got to baste it a little bit as it was melting. So that was overnight. So, I seasoned it, had the butter in there overnight. So it got to dry. And so in theory, if you let it dry out a little bit more, the skin will be crispier when you cook it. So at least this was overnight. So, probably a good 12 to 18 hours before I was going to cook it. And then the day of, I got a little saucy with it.
There we go.
I knew I was going to smoke it, part of it, but then part of me wanted more of a traditional flavor too, oven roasted. So not only did I spatchcock it, I took the spine out and I cut it in half then.
Man, all right. So I want to talk to you about that too. I saw like another guy who he went to spatchcock it, but he did it on the wrong side. Like he cut
the breastplate.
Yeah.
So the spine was still there?
The spine was still there.
Oh wow.
So he was like, he posted this thing. It was on like one of the pages that we're on, and I saw it, and he posted, he's like, help. I spatchcocked in the wrong way.
Oh no.
But I read some of the comments, so I want to see what people said. And that's what they said, man. They said, well, just cut it again. Just have it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So that was another thing I wanted to share with you. I thought it was hilarious.
Hey, you gotta adapt, adapt and overcome.
But what a great, that's such a good way to kind of fix it, right? Just have it out and you're fine.
Yeah. But for me, it was more like, okay, I wanted 2 different flavors. I wanted one smoked on the smoker, and then I wanted, selfishly for myself, I wanted like a traditional oven roasted one.
Man, when you're hosting, you kind of get to do what you want.
Yeah.
And if anybody says anything, well, guess who's not coming back next year?
Yeah, well, I smoked a ham too, so there you go. There's some ham for you.
Okay.
But no, that's so that was an improvised on the fly. I was like, man, I'm just looking at this thing, and I'm just like, you know what?
What made you choose it? Just because you wanted that, or because you were like, dang, this is a pretty big bird?
No, it was kind of more of just selfishly what I wanted.
Okay.
I went with my gut.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, because I had seen some other people do it too. Like, if you got a smaller grill, you can cut it in half so you have more space to be able to maneuver it.
Yeah.
And then also I saw some people who do quarters. So they cut it in half and then they quarter it.
Yeah.
And then that's how they smoke it. So there's really no right or wrong way. But this one, I had 2 different options. Well, one was going to be on the smoker. One was going to be on the oven. Both around the same temperatures. So then I would pull them off roughly at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it worked out pretty well. I used the Weber Smoky Mountain. I was using some hickory smoke chips, using the Minion method. I was looking at, smoking around 225.
Okay.
And because this was in half,
a lot quicker too.
It was quicker, and that's the theory too with the spatchcocking is,
it's so fast.
It's faster and it's more even.
I've seen so many people this year who spatchcocked it.
Yep. I would like to say it's a trend, but really it's practical.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's a quick cook, quicker,
and it's easier to carve at the end too.
At the end, yeah. So and then you get to season the other side.
Yep.
Like most times, traditionally, you're stuffed a bird with whatever fruits, vegetables, stuffing. Mm-hmm. This time you get to cut it open and you get to season the cavity inside and that meat in the inside. So you get seasoning all over. You cook it evenly all over, and it cooks quicker. So it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, I saw a guy who, when he spatchcocked it, he sprayed it with a little bit of kind of like olive oil.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, you do this and it'll crisp out the skin. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely. I saw some people do that as well. Olive oil, butter, something, a lot of salt a little bit before the night before, like, salt brine to dry out the skin. But that's what I went with, man. And it both turned out great.
Which was better?
Man, I'll this might be blasphemy for a grilling
Probably is,
podcast, but there was just something calling to me about the oven roasted one.
Sure. Okay.
That, I was like, I was going for a little bit of nostalgia there.
Yeah.
And to me, I like that one a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But both are good. Both were juicy. The hint of smoke flavor on the turkey on the one on the smoker. The traditional kind of rosemary, butter, garlic on the oven roasted one. So they're both really good.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I pulled them at about 160. So I let them rest for about 15 minutes, and he was going to continue to cook. And then I carved them up, and turned out good.
Nice, man.
I was happy with the results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, all right. So with your butter, let's talk about that real quick.
Sure.
I don't think we've ever really talked about.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about compound butter or anything like that.
What'd you do?
So I actually used the injection recipe that I put out there on the website. So because my initial thoughts were to inject this all throughout the bird.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I ran into a challenge. My injector wasn't up to par for this type of, cook. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to freeze it, because in the injection, the mix was butter, some soy sauce, some W sauce, a little bit of garlic habanero hot sauce.
Nice. Okay.
Some chicken stock, and then some rosemary, thyme,
Mm-hmm.
and some seasoning. So that was what was causing me the issue, was the seasoning in there was clogging up the injector. So I couldn't pull it in. I couldn't get it out. So it was just a challenge. So I was like, all right, well, because of the butter in here, I could freeze this.
Yeah.
And also the chicken stock, I could freeze this and make some cubes. It was already mixed together.
Yeah.
So I threw it in the freezer for overnight or whatever. And then the next day I chopped it up.
Yeah. That's awesome. I did something similar.
Mm-hmm.
So because I kind of had the same, I did use it to inject it,
Mm-hmm.
but I did also use it to kind of put around in the bird and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I shoved it down into the breast, but I did butter. I did some chicken stock as well. I did a little bit of the rub that I was using on the bird. So same thing. I used our pop smoke, the Memphis style. But I also kind of put in some cloves of garlic, just kind of more for the flavor, in there. And I shoved some of those down in the breast, just to add to it and into the bird as well. But man, I did the same. I used little parsley.
Oh yeah.
And then we had kind of some it's like the minced onion seasoning. So I threw some of that in there as well.
Wow.
And then same thing, man, just threw it in the fridge for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Made it a couple days before.
Yeah.
And let it harden up, and then I just I used that, put it, first I was like, what do I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't sure if I was really going to inject it. So I ended up, I pulled some out, kind of let it heat up, and then I injected it with that in certain spots, and then stuffed it right down.
Oh yeah.
And man, it was awesome.
That's great. Yeah, compound butters are great.
For a lot of things.
A lot of things. I've used them for steaks before. So basically what you do is you soften a stick of butter and you season it, or you put whatever seasonings and herbs and spices that you want in this, and you mix it all together. I've used cellophane in the past, so you kind of roll it up into a sphere, and then you throw it in the freezer, and then you cook a steak or whatever, you cut off a slice of this compound butter, and then when you're done with the steak, you put it right on top, and it just melts, and it just
while it's resting.
Yeah. And it melts, and it's just this awesome flavor to add to that whatever you're cooking. So like I said, I primarily see a lot of it with steak. Yeah. But you can use it for just about anything.
You're injecting and stuff too. Get some of that flavor in the different pockets of the meat and stuff. Especially those big cuts. I don't know, man. It's definitely a game changer.
It's one of those things where it can up the flavor profile of whatever you're cooking with a little bit of foresight, because you do have to plan just a little bit. But like I said, you can take a stick or two of butter and roll it up, and you can have multiple meals from that. One thing of compound butter. So keep it in the freezer and then just chop it up whenever you need to use it.
Yeah, I just put it in a big a glass Tupperware container. So and then just use it throughout.
Definitely.
The
first recipe I used was from our buddy Steve Reichland. Our good friend.
Dear friend.
Dear friend. In his how to barbecue or how to grill book, he's got a recipe in there. So that was one of the first ones I used. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Recommend you check it out. Steve Reichland, our friend, our best friend.
Best friend.
But no, something I did that was out of the ordinary. I have I created a smoked bourbon pecan pie recipe, and I improvised a little bit with this one too the night before. So theoretically, you smoke everything together at once, but I was like, you know what, this is going to be for a party or a gathering, so I don't want it over smoked. So what I did was I bought one of those. I cheated on this one. I bought one of those already pre-made pie crust tins. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I got the pie crust in there.
Yep.
And I took my pecans and I put them in there. So everything's dry, and I put it on the smoker. So I wanted to get that smoky flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took some bourbon and I put it in my little cast iron sauce dish.
Okay.
And I smoked that with it. So I smoked it the night before for maybe 15, 20 minutes with some cherry wood.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I pulled it off. And then the next morning is when I made the pie.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I wanted to get some of that smoke flavor on like the main ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
but not smoke the entire pie, if that makes sense.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, so I took those ingredients and then I mixed everything together the next morning, the bourbon, the pecans, the corn syrup, sugar, whatever, brown sugar. And then I baked the pie. So
Okay.
it had a hint of the smoky flavor to it, but it wasn't overpowering. But, for me, I don't know if it's just me, like cherry, I tend to pick up a lot more like when I eat it. Like I tend to get the cherry flavor. So, I thought maybe I did a little too much, and I'm glad I didn't, do a whole pie smoked. But other people who had it said that, it was a nice hint of it. So who knows?
See, I went the opposite way.
You did? Okay. All right.
We, I talked about doing the cheesecake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I talked to you about doing, depending on how much cream cheese it needs, or it takes, like, I'll just do like a brick or two of the cream cheese and then make the rest of the pie and then like bake it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
here we go.
Yeah. I texted you. So I pulled out my Steve Reichland book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has a cheesecake recipe in it. So that's the recipe I followed.
Mm-hmm.
And he smokes the whole thing. So I was like, well, if it's good enough for Steve, it's good enough for me.
Sure is. He's our best friend.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of just doing a couple bricks of the cream cheese, I did the whole pie.
How'd it go? Well, what were you using? Did you use your Weber or what did you use?
Yeah, I used the Weber.
Did you use what kind of smoke?
Man, I used the chunk, but it was a small, like nothing, like piece of apple wood.
Apple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't have any cherry. I was out.
All right.
I thought I had some more, but I don't.
Should have called me. I would have.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It was, of course I didn't look the day before.
We always advocate for planning ahead, but we're the worst ones to do it.
Yeah, that's so.
We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, so where my future self hates my past self.
Sure.
Like, you set me up again.
Yeah,
right? But
sabotage.
Yeah. Set me up for success. Way to go, you idiot.
Did it again.
Yeah. But I was fine with it. I was like, fine, this will work. So, man, I gotta tell you, Greg, this recipe called for 4 like bricks of cream cheese.
Yeah.
And
4.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's a lot of cream cheese, Ben.
Greg. So I'm mixing it all up, and my son's kind of helping me, and I'm looking at it, and I did the same thing, man. Like I just got one of those pre-made pie crusts, like the graham cracker.
Yep.
Crust.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, perfect, easy enough, right? Keep this simple. So I'm filling it up. God dang, got a lot of filling in here, Greg. So I just stopped, and then I ended up having to make
another one,
like my own.
So much filling.
Yeah, my own homemade. I ran down to the basement, grabbed a sleeve of graham crackers, and made my own pie crust.
Woo!
And put it in a big one.
Here we go.
This is it was a good sized pan.
Yeah.
Put it all in there, and then I dumped the rest of the cheesecake in there. That one I just baked.
That one you baked.
Yeah. Because I didn't have room on the grill.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any more these pie tins.
Yeah.
I don't have pie tins hanging out,
Well.
So, Greg, it made so much, man. It made so much. So I just...
Well, that's funny because, when you came over here, you were pretty empty-handed, so...
Well, I was going to bring you a piece of the smoked one, but I walked off without it. So I'll see you this week. I'll bring you one.
Okay.
So man, I had these kind of intentions, right? Like to use with a can of raspberry pie filling downstairs, man.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'll heat this up and just make a nice like a drizzle.
Yeah.
It didn't loosen up quite the way I wanted it to.
Okay.
So I ended up kind of putting it into a bag and just kind of like squeezing it out along the top.
Those are pretty thick, man. Did you add like any water or any like bourbon to it while you were
I should have.
Okay.
But I wasn't there.
All right.
I was in like kind of that
You
mind frame of
All right.
just I didn't want to and I didn't really want to do too much water.
Okay.
I did add a touch of water, but I didn't want to do too much and then it's
Yeah.
lose out on like that flavoring. So I made a decision.
Nope. So you're squeezing it out.
Squeezing it out. Just like a piping bag.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just took like a sandwich bag, cut a little hole in the end and just
Did you squeegee it out then or
No.
no? All right.
No, I just kind of like did lines
All right.
on it.
Okay.
So but like a nice like because I've never done this before, obviously.
Okay.
So it's a good time to try things out for Thanksgiving with family.
Yeah, it is.
As
yeah.
we talk
That's
about.
what he's talking about. Yeah.
So next time I would have done like a nice layer
yeah.
on top of it.
Yeah, I would have thought like you squeeze it out and then you get like a spatula or something. You kind of.
That's what I should have done.
Okay. But you just like
Yeah.
a squiggly line.
That picture I sent you is what it was. That's what it looked like.
All right.
So
Well, okay. So how did it taste, Ben?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. My brother-in-law said he couldn't eat it because it felt like he was eating meat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke flavor.
Yeah. It's too smoky for him.
Okay.
My mother-in-law, she liked it, but she also had some fresh raspberries there. And every bite she took with the raspberry.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like I said, I think it would have been better had I just kind of evenly layered it out. It's definitely smoky,
Okay.
but like you'll try it.
I'll
have to
try
try it, and then
I get a few days later, so that smoke level was going to be
it's
higher.
Yeah. So like that was, if it was probably like if I made it like the day of, right, pulled it,
Yeah.
and then we just had it in the fridge for like a couple hours and then served it, probably wouldn't have been quite so heavy.
Yeah.
But oh well.
It happens.
Man, I don't care. I'll do it again.
So you just took a spoon and just was heating it out of there?
No, I mean I cut it.
Okay.
Cut it nice like a pie.
Yeah.
I wasn't an animal.
Did the family, like the kids, have it?
No.
No, they enjoy
No,
it.
they're not.
Cheesecake folk.
I mean, my son is, but like, I don't know. He just didn't want any. So I said, okay.
Nice. All right. Well, you then cooked an entire meal after Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
doing it yourself. You know.
Yeah.
So how did you do your turkey?
Like I said, so I kind of did some similar to you, but like pushed it back a couple of days, right? So I knew I
Yeah.
wasn't going to be doing this. I planned out to do it on Sunday.
Right.
So that's when we weren't going anywhere. We had no plans, and so it's a good day to do it. So did similar, man. I did a brine. I used like a recipe for a beer brine.
Okay.
It's awesome. And then kept in there for just a little over 24 hours. I took mine out the morning of though, and then like kind of patted it down, and then just started playing.
Okay.
So injecting it, again, pulled the skin back and seasoned down the inside of the breast, seasoned the cavity of the bird the best you could. I stuffed the bird because I thought about spatchcocking it, but I cooked mine on my 22-inch Weber, man.
Okay.
And I looked to,
Now you had a big bird though. How 17 pounds?
17 pounds.
Okay.
yeah, so I was way off, which is always a fun game, know.
Sure.
And my wife goes, she was, God, would you just find the biggest bird you could? Pretty much. So grab the biggest one in there, And
Turkey sandwiches for days.
man, it's gonna be awesome. And it was, Greg, I gotta tell you, buddy, like it was awesome. It was great. I had my so I was gonna go in for temp and stuff, but I had my thermometers in too far. So, because like after like the first like 45 minutes, it was saying I was at like 165. I was like, well, there's no way.
What kind of thermometers were you using?
Your
probes.
The probes, yeah.
So are those ones wireless?
They have the wires.
Okay, but you have the handheld thing that
you
can
inside.
carry with you.
Yep.
Okay, so you had those in there. Where did you put them?
I did one in the breast on like the left side, and then one in the right thigh.
Okay.
So I kind of had my bird where I was doing kind of indirect, but obviously again, you're on a 22-inch Weber with a 17-pound bird. I was able to get my rack on and close the lid pretty well.
Nice.
So I didn't have any issues with that, which I was kind of nervous about.
Yeah, because the top could touch. We talked about that with like a beer can.
But it didn't. And so I was kind of worried. I was like, I'm not sure about this. So I started off with the turkey kind of upside down.
Okay.
So the breasts were down and kind of towards the heat.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after the first hour, I flipped it. So the breasts were up and then away from the heat.
Ah, okay.
So, like I said, I think, again, there wasn't a ton of room and stuff, so I kind of play with it. I'm thinking maybe it was kind of poking into the cavity a little bit. So I was like, all right, well, I know this is off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of use it as a gauge, but I'm going to go more so for time, kind of based on like the temp of the grill. And, so I did it for about like 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then let it rest for like another half hour.
Okay. When you pulled it, what were your readings saying?
Man, it was way up.
Okay.
Like I was not like 200s, but I was up. So like I said, I as soon as like it was kind of hitting those temps and stuff, I was like, oh, I've got it too far in.
Yeah. So I did play around with my thermometers. So I got the big meat ones that are just the manual ones. So like the big, steel ones that you stick in. So I used that one in the oven.
Okay.
And then,
where'd you have it?
In the breast.
Okay.
Yeah. In the breast. And then, we got, our friends over at Meat Stick sent me one of their probes to try out. So this is a wireless one.
Where you have the app and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was trying it for the first time. So I used that one on smoker because it was outside. Mm-hmm. And there's an app and you can just, check it out. So,
did you put that one in the breast too?
Yeah. So they're both in the same spot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Because the oven and the smoker were about the same temperatures too. I'll tell you what, they were both spot on. Mm-hmm. Within a few degrees of each other. Okay. Throughout the entire cook. So it's pretty accurate. Now, did you hit a stall at all?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I know they don't say like turkeys go through stalls, but I saw a lot of people, and myself included, that
I saw a lot of people asking about that. Like, dude, does the turkey hit a stall? Because I'm having trouble getting over it was like 130, 140, something like that. Yeah. And but like I said, I wasn't. I kind of saw it stall on the probe and stuff, like on I guess like the gauge I kept looking at. But I mean, the thing's awesome. Like it has a timer, so I did both. So I always make sure to start the timer. One, because I want to see like, okay, well, it's been on for this line. I need to go out and base it. I need to do this or whatever. Maybe turn it because again, it's a small grill and I don't have a ton of room with this big turkey. Right. So, when you buy the turkey, usually most of them have like kind of a little packet in there. And it's like, based on this size bird, should go like 3.5 hours. And it's like, well, this is smaller than a conventional oven, right? So I'm going to kind of go more towards like the early side of that. Yeah. Rather than go like that full time. Yeah. So. Yeah. No. And, there's something to be said about those manual, like the old school meat thermometers. There really is. Because no matter what, like I could just look at it and it'll give me a pretty accurate reading. Mm-hmm. The lost connection a few times with the Bluetooth with the one outside. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the challenges there is like you could overcook it if or it could take longer if your fire goes down. Right. If you're relying on that. So, but either way, they both worked out and they're both within a few degrees of each other the entire time. So I was able to pull them both and carve them both at the same time. So it worked out that way. Yeah. But the probe was nice. They sent us one to try out. It's called Meat Stick. Okay. So it's like a meter, ThermoPro. Yeah. It's one of those pen ones, wireless Bluetooth ones. What did you think of the app? Did you like using the app? Could you set did it have options like for turkey and like? Well, you could set your own. Okay, there's just the temp. Yeah. So I knew what I wanted. Yeah. So I could set it. So I set it myself. But I had the meter probe. I have this Meat Stick one. They're pretty similar. Mm-hmm. The apps, the Meat Stick is a little bit more intuitive. Mm-hmm. The meter one, I thought was a little bit harder to navigate. But they both got the job done. Did you remember to have your gloves on when you pulled it out? Yeah, for sure. You only made that mistake once. Yeah.
It's metal, you dummy.
A little bit warm.
Yeah. So I made sure to have it on. But
Good.
So your turkey though turned out good. It sounds like.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I was pumped. I did stuff it with. I did celery, some onions, some whole garlic cloves, and then like half of a lemon.
So you didn't spatchcock it?
I didn't.
Okay.
Because it was so big, Greg. I was worried about fitting on the grill.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I guess like
because if you're using the Weber, the surface, if you're doing indirect, like you need some space.
I mean that thing would have taken up the whole
thing.
The whole thing. So like, it probably would have been better off doing just like cutting it in half.
Sure. Well, you live and you learn.
I mean,
but it got done.
I didn't care, man. I had nowhere to be.
Yeah. Sometimes those are the best ones.
Yeah. So like, I wasn't too worried. The temp was holding good. I used pecan wood.
Nice.
So yeah, it was easy, light. I was gonna do 2 chunks. I just went with 1. Had a good sized chunk. I was like, let's run with this one, see how it goes. So seemed like it was plenty. I think the biggest thing with that too is like, I knew I kind of had like limited space, and so just understanding like, all right, well, if I just leave this, to one side the whole time, like this side's gonna just cook so fast.
Yeah. Yep.
So just kind of paying attention to it. I was checking it like kind of after the first like hour. I was checking it a little bit more frequent, and just continuing to make sure I was out there. I did put I put some celery and some onions and stuff in. I did it in like a big like a turkey pan that you can get at the store, the throwaway ones, and I put a little bit of chicken broth like down in there too. Okay. And then a little bit of my seasoning that I was using for the bird. So then I would kind of take one of those squeezers,
basters.
Yep. And just put it on top. And then I still had some of that, like the butter and stuff that I injected and stuffed in there. So I would go out there and kind of rub that over the top too.
Excellent. So
it was, like I said, towards the end, I was going like every half hour.
Very nice.
Just kind of checking it, rotating what needed to be rotated. I was still paying attention to like the temps to see, because like even like I said, like I got way up the temp after the first hour, and then I rotated and it dropped way down. Yeah. So I was like, there's no way, it's just close. Yeah. Too close, and I must like stuck it just through, so it's inside or something. I don't know.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Did you save any of the drippings to make your own gravy?
So we sort of. So we bought like the jars of gravy, but then when I brought it inside, I used the baster and took a bunch of that and put it in with the gravy. Okay. So it had a nice like smoky, a nice smoky flavor. I did the same thing where we made stuffing, and the stuffing came in. It was like a nice, like I think a Pepperidge Farm bag or something like that. It's like an herb one or something, and you had to use 2 cups of water. Okay. And so I used like 1 cup of it. I used from the drippings as well. Nice. To put in that. So man, it was. Made sure I spread it out.
Definitely save it, save that. That made the best.
And Greg, like, so I asked you this yesterday, when we were texting and stuff. Like, I saved like the carcass, and I'm gonna throw that into like a big pot. Yeah. Boil it down and make my own like stock.
Yeah. There you go. I've seen a lot of people do that too. Yeah. Make their own stock and then save it for whenever you need. You can freeze it.
Nice like kind of smoky flavor and stuff. Yeah. So
I made some soup with our leftovers, and turned out real nice. Some leftover turkey and wild rice soup. So you get the smoky flavor in the soup, because of the turkey that's smoked, and some vegetables, leftovers. Pretty good, man. You can go out. I got that recipe on the website too, burnpitbbq.com. Nice. But no, man. So we're busy this week. Anything you got planned coming up this week that you're thinking about?
Honestly, no, not really. Just kind of starting to think now about like
holidays.
Yeah,
like
Christmas, like what to do. I was
just thinking that in my head, and I asked that question on our Facebook group page. Yeah. Now that turkey is over, well, what are you looking for the holidays? A lot of prime rib.
Yeah.
Rib roast.
Sure.
Some ham. Double glazed ham. Those are ones. Some wise asses decide, we're saying, possum, and
there we go. Nice.
I don't know. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Sure. It's a Christmas feast.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Delicious.
But no, so a lot of different options out there. I'm thinking about doing, investing in a prime rib roast.
Woo, man.
Yeah,
Business is paying
business
well,
expense.
Huh?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe we write it's a write-off.
Write
right?
off, yeah.
Have to talk to the
Research,
accountant.
yeah. But thinking about doing one of those, and putting a recipe out there, maybe a video too, because we got ham out there. A lot of ham recipes that we've done in the past.
Yep.
Around this time, because we like ham.
Love him.
Love it.
Love him,
But,
man.
what are you thinking?
I'm always a sucker for a ham, like we just talked about.
Yeah.
I love a good spiral ham. But I've done like lasagna.
Ooh,
Done lasagna in the past, where like
it's a nice hearty dish.
sure is, man.
Warm you up.
Yep. So I don't know, like where I've smoked like the sausage
Yeah.
for it, and then
sausage. Just reminded me that some of our friends over at White's Meats are taking orders for Polish sausages.
Oh, nice.
For the holidays. So
okay.
if you're out there in the Muskego area, White's Meats,
White's
they
Meats.
make their own fresh Polish sausages. So
Ooh.
get you some.
Yeah. Can't
Had
go wrong.
sausage on mine. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But my wife actually made biscuits and gravy over the weekend.
Ooh,
Friday evening.
man, you guys were just cooking up a storm.
Yep. Yeah. So even like with that, man, like good, hearty, like with
Yeah.
that you could smoke up the sausage and stuff and then use it and kind of make,
Oh yeah.
you know, doing the cast iron, mix it all up. And then once you kind of have like your like the gravy made,
Yeah.
you can even put it back out there for a little bit. Just give it a kiss of that smoke. But I guess it's up to you.
Very nice, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll be in Michigan, so
Yeah.
I won't be at my house to cook, but my dad's got a nice a Weber as well, so
Hey.
I'll play on his.
Yeah. On vacation, get
Well,
something
yeah.
simple out there or something like that.
See what he wants to do.
Yeah.
A
A lot of options out there. Did he get a deer this year?
he did, man.
Nice.
He just sent me pictures. I think he got one Saturday morning.
All right, nice.
So yep. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know what his plans are. Haven't really talked to him too much about.
Right.
But it's weird. It's just around the corner. So
Yeah. A few
start
weeks
planning.
away.
Yeah. So with all the leftovers, man, I don't know if I'll be grilling at all this week.
Okay.
So we'll see. But man, I'm excited for those leftovers.
Yeah. Man.
One of my favorite parts.
It is. I saw a lot of creative people doing, some people, making the sandwiches where you
man.
stuff everything on there. And
Put everything on there.
I saw some people use like a waffle press to like put the mashed potatoes and then you stuff it in there with all the other stuff. And
Okay.
then press it down like
Yeah.
a waffle.
Man, let's-
Yeah. It's a lot of different options out there.
yeah.
Soup, So
Yeah. My wife does.
pot pies, stuffing pot pies.
You can't go wrong with that. A little turkey.
Yeah, they use like the stuffing as a crust, and then they
Yeah.
fill it up, and then like they make pot pies out of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard that. That sounds delicious.
This sounds awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't have any stuffing left over.
We've got a bunch.
There you go.
Yep. So
Give it a
love
shot.
the KFC like famous bowl, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one of those.
I'm
for lunch
sure you
tonight.
are. I'm sure you
So
are.
excited.
Living the dream, buddy.
Oh yeah, this is it. I gotta get my winter weight on.
Yeah, there
it's
we
getting
go.
cold out.
It is.
you know?
It is snow for the first time here, so
Mhm.
we're gonna be in winter grilling season here, snow season. So
Yep.
looking forward to that too.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, this was a good episode. I really love talking turkey with you.
Yeah.
And we got an event coming up here this weekend, December 1st and 2nd in West Allis, Wisconsin, the Chris Kindle Market. There at the West Allis Farmers Market. We'll be out there. If you need some Christmas gifts or anything like that, come visit us. We'll be out there it's Friday night and Saturday afternoon. So
Should be a good time.
should be a good time. Otherwise, just head over to the website, burnpitbbq.com. Check out what we got there. Get some gifts. Get some flavor for yourself for the holidays. But
For employees.
customers, appreciation, whatever. But all right, man. That was it. We'll talk to you next week.
Take it easy.
All right, cheers.